Peggy 12.
Their wild hunt lead them into the world where they experience tragedy and heroics, adventure and excitement. Now that they've returned to the grove, the troubadour is ready to share their journeys in melody and tale. Let the instruments aid in battle, flustering your enemies, giving your allies time to attack. The lute strums 3 times on its magical strings, sending pulses of energy forth to deal damage to your enemies.
Okay, lute's damage.
Tempo ebbs and flows. Let the harp heal your allies for a
Oh, Slipper called it. It was a heal.
Notes, be ready to strike a crescendo upon your enemies while giving your allies a helping hand.
Okay, so it looks like it's a buffing kind of class.
Are whispered on the breeze. Graceful warriors from the
Hey, we were right, dude.
eager to share their ways with the Tyrian alliance. The Galeshot manipulates magnificent gales to strengthen the power of their bow. Draw your Cyclone Bow, a testament to the magical abilities of these.
Okay, so it's kind of like Blade Sworn. We were right.
Cyclone Bow summoned, gain feathers over time.
Bro, it's basically Blade Sworn.
Firing 3 arrows rapidly at your target. Evade backwards, shooting a hail of wind and arrows, crippling your would-be assailant.
Okay, we're basically
supersonic arrow,
Legolas.
bursting forth with the power of the wind, dealing heavy damage. And finish off your enemy with a final blow, leaping back with a flourish of arrows. As your
That's
enemies
Ranger,
fall,
yeah.
let the wind carry their last breath away. Rising from the ashes of the Char Civil War, the Iron and Flame Legions have combined their technological
A luminary.
to harness radiant flame to beckon forth an era of change. Call up the Radiant Shroud to gain access to the power bestowed upon you. Protect yourself with your shield and daze your enemies with a quick bash. Bring the hammer down upon them as you grant boons to your allies with the hammer.
Wait, what?
Take a stance against the damages done to your allies as you heal and grant them protection.
Yo, we got like a lantern.
Symbol of hope by fulfilling the duties of the Luminary.
Guardian equals shield, true. I think you mean Guardian equals torch. I think you're incorrect there. Okay. All right, let's go back. Let's go back. Okay. So Troubadour just looks like it's like a buffing kind of class, I guess. Like, it looks like it's like a debuff slash buff class. So maybe Condi damage.
The world where they experience tragedy and heroics, adventure and excitement.
I don't know why they didn't just call it Bard.
Return to the grove.
Like why? Like I'm just gonna call it Bard.
Share their journeys in melody and tale. Let the instruments aid in battle, flustering your enemies, giving your allies time to attack.
Yeah, it looks conditions.
3 times on its magical strings, sending pulses of energy forth.
The flute does condies. Lute does damage.
Ebbs and flows. Let the harp heal your
Harp is heal
for a
and
moment of soothing melodies.
yeah.
Build up notes, be ready to strike a crescendo upon
You
your
build up
enemy,
notes.
while giving your allies a helping hand.
Okay, so speculation time. So what I think's happening is we build up clones to utilize as notes, I guess, and then notes get used in pretty much like in like the kits. I think that's the way it's going to function. So similar to Firebrand pages, maybe, is what it looks to me like that's going to play. Troubadour Sona confirm. I could see it like being like, I feel like it's probably more like Seraphine than it is like Sona, if we were to go by like League. I'd feel like it's more like Seraphine, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It's pretty cool.
Tales of the Dominion of Winds are whispered on the breeze. Graceful warriors from the royal houses emerged, eager to share their ways with the Tyrian alliance. The Galeshot manipulates magnificent gales.
It's more damaging. It has like more variety. Like the one's like a splash, the other one's like a heal, like AoE.
Power of their bow. Draw your Cyclone Bow, a testament to the magical abilities of these skilled.
I thought they'd show my dirt digging elite spec, dude.
Feathers over time.
The dumpster diver, hell yeah,
Use
dude.
these feathers to bluster your enemy, firing.
Okay, so it looks like we get feathers. So feathers are probably just a substitute for flow. So it's pretty much similar to Blade Sworn by the looks of things.
3 arrows rapidly at your target. Evade backwards, shooting a hail of wind and arrows, crippling your would-be assailants.
Yeah, I don't think we really care about that skill that much.
Bursting forth with the power of the wind, dealing heavy damage.
I feel like we're probably just gonna like supersonic arrow
Final blow,
or this
leading
one
back with a flourish of arrows.
or
As
flurry
your
of
enemies
arrows.
fall, let the wind carry their last breath away. Rising from the ashes of the Char Civil War, the Iron and Flame Legions have combined their technological and magical sensibilities to harness.
Okay, so the Iron and Flame Legion have combined to make the Luminary. So I'm assuming it's going to be like similar to Hollowsmith, I think.
An era of change. Call up the Radiant Shroud to gain access to the power bestowed upon you.
Radiant Shroud.
Protect yourself with your shield and daze your enemies with a quick bash. Bring the hammer down upon them as you grant boons to your allies.
Okay, so they're getting an actual
Take a stance
shroud.
against the damages done to your allies as you heal and grant them protection. Become a symbol of hope by fulfilling the duties of the Luminary.
Nah, I feel like it's more like actual shroud. Like the fact they use the shroud as like the name leads me to believe it's very...
Back and forth, an era of change. Call
I mean,
up
that's
the
going to be
Radiant Shroud to
interesting.
gain access.
So if I had to assume, I'm going to guess Galeshot's only going to get 1 weapon set. I'm going to guess that the Firebrand still will keep 2, but will have Shroud similar to what Harbinger has. So that's pretty cool.
Change. Call up the Radiant Shroud.
Yeah, like,
to gain
yeah,
access
Radiant
to the
Shroud.
power bestowed upon you. Protect yourself with your shield.
So we got one skill that's a leap,
Enemies with a quick bash.
a protect,
Bring the
a
hammer down
daze,
upon them as you grant boons to your allies.
a
With
slam.
hammer's presence. Take a stance against
They're
the
basically
damages
big
done to
spirit
your
weapons.
allies as you heal and grant them protection. Become a symbol of hope by fulfilling the duties of the Luminary.
Look, I wish they would slow. I mean, there's a little bit. I think the issue is that like resource management, it's cool and all, but I feel like it's just like most people won't end up playing it because it's too annoying for like majority of people. It's not really accessible for newer players, but I do hope so. It definitely looks to me like it's going to be like, very much going to be like, Blade Sworn for the Ranger, Necro Shroud for the Guardian, basically, and then for the Troubadour is going to be kits. So it looks to be like Firebrand Tome kind of deal is what I'm assuming it's going to look like. But I don't know how the Troubadour is going to function because they're talking about notes. So I'm assuming that instead of clones, we're going to get notes. But it looks to me like to get notes, you have to expend skills inside of the tomes. So maybe we get clones to use basically the music skills, and then once we use the music skills, we get tomes to execute. But that would be too complicated. So I'm leaning more towards clones are going to be. I'm definitely leaning more towards the fact that the clones just basically going to be the notes. Like I clearly think that's how it's going to work. And it is like think Firebrand, but instead of like your tome regenerates over time, is like every time you spawn a clone, it summons a note, which is going to be cool. It'll be an interesting interaction to say the least. Troubadour. Like hold the door, but true, bad, or... Yeah. No, I think it's cool. Damn, Sluffer really went crazy. Okay, they did make a blog post too. Elite specializations are back. Oh, that would explain why it's not. Okay, last week we announced the 6th expansion to Guild Wars 2, Visions of Eternity. With that comes the new elite specializations are back. Over the next 3 weeks, we'll be providing details on all 9 elite specialization through trailers, blogs, and live stream. This week, we're focused on Mesmer, Ranger, and Guardian. Tune into our Twitch channel this Friday, blah, 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 for a live preview of these elite specs. I will 100% be here. I will be streaming, so we will check that out live. It'll be great. It'll be good. Troubadour. I actually really like this art. This is really cool. Like, I like this a lot. Very Mesmer-esque. The one complaint I do have is I wish that these weren't like actual things and that they were just like Mesmer illusions. So like the purple. So like they were this color basically. I think that would be way cooler, but to each their own. Since the first band emerged from beneath through the pale trees 36 years ago, many Sylvari have taken the lesson. Where life goes, so too should you. To heart, traversing Tyria, battling their inner dragons and finding their place in the time after. These far-flung travelers have seen and done much in such a short time, and some, whether through whim or wild hunt, have taken a regaling Tyrians with tales of recent famous and infamous figures, such as the cunning Dougal Keen, the fearless Almora Soulkeeper, and even the scathing Scarlet Briar. Okay, so maybe they're theming the musical instruments behind these people. So like one of them will be similar to like Almara Soulkeeper, who was the Vigil general commander, whatever you want to call it. She was the leader of the Vigil for some period of time, died to Ryland in Icebrute Saga, which is cool. So they're playing into that, like, okay, they're regaling her tales. Scarlet Briar, obviously season 1, the crazy Sylvari that woke up all the dragons. Dougal Keen, I have no idea who this is. Dougal Keen is a famous human adventurer best known for his journey to the ruins of Ascalon City, where he recovered the Claw of Konoha, opening peace talks regarding the human-child conflict taking place. Okay, interesting. So I guess Guild Wars 1 reference, because I'm pretty sure... Yeah, no, like literally we have zero interaction with this guy. Now the Sylvari Troubadours have returned home from their time abroad to share their craft in good faith and to strengthen the bonds between their people and the rest of Tyrian Alliance. Troubadours spin dramatic ballads and tales as their worlds weave magic and music to raise allies' spirits and demoralize their foes. Their recitals can even be accompanied by illusionary instruments for additional effect. Interesting. Build up to crescendo. Troubadours are mesmers who seek to support their allies in battle through the power of music and fantastical tales of Tyrian heroes. Being more orally focused, the troubadours opt to manifest their powers by generating musical notes with their abilities rather than visually deceptive clones. Okay, so that confirms basically that instead of clones, we get notes. So that's cool. So that's the resource that we're given for Mesmer, which is good. These notes are used to extend the duration of their instrumental enchantments, allowing them to command a lasting presence in combat. Okay, so you increase the effect duration of your weapons. Interesting. Once their orchestral is in full swing, troubadours use their keynote skill, crescendo, to swing the tide of battle with appropriate flair, the power of songs and tales. When playing as troubadour, your shatter skills are replaced by instruments. When an instrument is played, it produces an initial musical effect. Performing with a reverberating lute will release waves of sonic energy, damaging foes. Strumming a harmonious harp will create a healing orb and provide succor to allies. Bruh. Why are these words so old English, dude? I have no idea what that even means, dude. Assist and support in times of hardship and distress.
Sucker.
Bro, you're a sucker. Bro. Oh, really? Oh, really? We're gonna go with that? Ah, fuck me, dude. Whatever. After an instrument is used, it will continue to play in the background, providing bonuses to the player that can be further augmented through traits. Okay, so instead of a shatter skill that appears to take place instantly, this seems to be the case of like, oh, you use a shatter skill and it enacts an instrument that remains over time, which is interesting. Troubadours use their voices whilst their instruments. They can recite the tale of Queen Jenna, protecting divinity's reach to protect their allies' distortion, or they can invoke the story of Scarlet Briar, eliminating her cruelty to debilitate their enemies. Okay, so basically you're going to choose if you do damage or if you're going to heal and support. Interesting. Troubadours can become a whole band on their own through their grandmaster trait call and response, creating an after image of an instrument that repeats its effect. Okay. The Galeshot, Masters of the Wind. Let's have a look at that art. That is so beautiful. I think actually this is by far my favorite artwork for Ranger. Like, definitely. Like, it looks incredible. I hope we get this hairstyle as well, because this hairstyle is beautiful. The Galeshot, Master of the Winds. For over 100 years, the Tengu of the Domain of the Winds have kept their gates shut and their arrows trained on the outside world. After means of Primordus and Jormag threatened to siege the Dominion's walls in the last Dragon Rise, some Tengu have emerged to more actively engage interior affairs. And as a rare honor, offer cultural exchanges at the behest of their royal houses. One such exchange is the honor tradition of the Galeshot. These Tengu archers, skilled and oath-bound to protect the royal houses, are able to summon 4 cardinal winds to form a powerful Cyclone Bow and deliver a swift justice to their foe. As contributing members of the Tyrian Alliance, the Tengu now offer tutelage in these skills to willing outsiders to express interest in the Galeshot craft. Wielders of the Cyclone Bow. Galeshots are rangers and the premier archers of Tyria. Using the aptitude for nature magic, they can sculpt and command the wind at will. This power is manifested by the Cyclone Bow. A weapon that is capable of long-range devastation, the Cyclone Bow increases its strength as it's used, accumulating a powerful coup de grace to dispatch your enemies. Learning from nature, Galeshots emulate birds in the sky by employing squalls of air. They are swift and graceful to ensure advantageous positions in battle. Okay. So reading that, that's a bit different to Bladesworn, because Bladesworn, I believe, is like front-loaded, where it's like, okay, you charge up, and then boom, you use it, where it seems to be the case that this Cyclone Bow increases its strength as it's used. So I'm assuming that means that, like, oh, we want to, like, use it, And only once we're using it are we building up, and then we use it, and then it locks out for a period of time. So that's going to be an interesting use case. It's going to play differently the Blade Swan, so I'm glad they made that change. Like Hollowsmith. You know what? I can see it being like Hollowsmith. Maybe without the overheat mechanic. Like maybe the overheat is like the coup de grace. Battle with keen and unerring aim. Galeshots are able to call upon the Cyclone Bow at will. The Cyclone Bow generates arrows over time. These arrows are a resource used to fuel its skills, such as Supersonic Arrow, a lightning fast shot of wind that deals heavy damage to foes it pierces. Maybe not. Okay, this seems a bit weird. So it seems like it functions like Hollow, but at the same time, you only generate arrows over time. So maybe arrows are how long you can stay in the Galeshot, but like there's probably going to be like two bars, one for the feathers and then one for the basic like strength of the bow, I guess. As you use an arrow consuming skills with the bow, you progress towards enabling its finale, Hawkeye. Hawkeye locks onto your target and nearby enemies and then unleashes a hail of shredding arrows. These archers utilize squalls to control the flow of the battle. They can call upon a frenzied freezing wind to chill their projectiles, launch themselves in a whirlwind, or even summon a raging tornado. Galeshots can form a closer bond with their avian allies through traits like flock together, enhancing bird pets, and granting quickness to their allies with beast skills. Yo, Galeshot is going to be a quick DPS class? But why? Why would you not make it a lack DPS class? Because Untamed exists. Like there's no DPS alacrity build. I guess thematically it suits more that it's quickness, but they might rework the Untamed then. They may rework Untamed. I mean, it's going to be a ranged quickness class, so it's going to be good, I guess. Battle with and let's look at the Lantern Knights. This does look pretty cool, but it's weird because it's like it's using a hammer, but it's also like summoning like a shield and a sword. The Luminary, protectors of the Seer Flame. In the years that following the Char Civil War and the scattering of the Vanguard's domain, relations between the four legions have remained steady, bolstered by the effects of the end of the Dragon Cycle, with the Flame Legion formally rejoining the legions and the Iron Legion having appointed Smolder's successor. The two legions sought to commemorate the changing times with a joint project. Thus, the Luminary was born. In a shrewd diplomatic play, the two legions have since agreed to share their combined efforts with the Tyrian Alliance and its member races in the spirit of continued collaboration in this new era. Luminaries bear the enchanted iron brazier that sustains a powerful sacred flame. The bearer can wreath themselves with this fire and wield a blazing arsenal of weapons against their foes while striking powerful stances mid-fray. Okay, so this seems like tome skills. Harness the Radiant Shroud. Luminaries are guardians, stalwart combatants in the battlefield, capable of putting our respective damage and support on their allies. The brazier provides energy for the Radiant Shroud, in which they are able to wield various weapons of light and flame to adapt to the situation at hand. Luminaries also have access to stance, utility skills, gaining additional tools for offense, defense, crowd control, and mobility. So they gain stances. Okay, interesting. So it seems to be the case like they get multiple different weapons from this, which is kind of cool. Yeah, it's kind of insane. I don't know how you're going to select what weapon you use. Maybe traits is going to be how you pick your weaponry. Illuminating weaponry. Using a radiant weapon skill will equip the weapon while performing an initial attack and then flipping over into the weapon's additional skill. The Luminary's Grandmaster minor trait, Radiant Augments, grants a unique passive bonus based on the equipped weapon, which lingers for a short bit after exiting Shroud. Luminaries looking to maximize their outgoing damage will use the hammer right before exiting and take advantage of its bonus damage passive, while those who want to support their allies might prefer to end on the staff to gain access to its increased outgoing healing. Players are free to use all 4 weapons while in Shroud, but there is a trade-off. The recharge time of the Radiant Shroud will increase for each weapon used beyond the first. Okay, so it seems to be the case that the 4 tomes are all tied to a single shroud. The recharge of that shroud is equal to how many weapons you used while in that shroud. Okay, that's kind of cool. What's next? We're hoping for the first of the 3 elite specialization previews. We'll be back next week with details on the next 3. Don't forget to tune into our Twitch channel. Perfect. Closing thoughts. I think it's really cool, really interesting what they're doing class-wise. I guess a lot of this is going to be answered by this stream on Friday. But we'll have to wait and see how it functions. Because I think the shroud seems interesting, but it depends on how they make it function. Like, I can see the use case for this is probably going to be like, healers are going to utilize 2 of these. DPS are going to use 1, maybe 2 if they need to, depending on the fights. I think for me, the one I look forward to the most is probably the Ranger, by far. This is the coolest one, in my opinion. Like, look at this. So fucking cool. And I really do hope we get this hairstyle for Sylvari. The Sylvari females need a good hairstyle. I will change my Ranger to a female if we get this. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty cool. I do wish they showed a little bit more, but that's the existing ponytail hairstyle, just a fancy art is all. I hope not. Don't say that, lol. Don't. Luminary looks cool thematically. I think the Luminary looks cool, but I think it's going to depend how it plays out in actuality. I don't like the fact that the hammer is like the DPS skill, I guess. But that's okay. I will probably end here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, we probably just going to world v world the whole day. It's going to be loads of fun. I think it's going to be some good shit. Okay. And then I don't know, we might see. I got nothing planned for this weekend. I'm probably going to do community games over the weekend. So I might post in the Discord, say what we're doing there. And then, yeah.